We are excited to share with you an opportunity that we are going to have on our Alaskan journey.
And this opportunity was brought to us because of physical therapy for my knee.
By the time you see this, this is going to be a thing in the past, but we're just super excited. And this is one of those things where God truly does cause all things to work together for those that love Him and are called according to His purpose. Because of MiLena's knee replacement, and she actually had that because we're heading to Alaska and plan to be gone for several months. And so when she started outpatient physical therapy, she had a physical therapist, and he happened to be gone 1 week or 1 day. I don't remember which it was, but we just, we're mentioning to everybody we're heading to Alaska because we're pretty excited about it. And the physical therapist she had that particular day attended our church.
We had not met her before that.
Our church has 3 services, and so we thought we had seen her, but we didn't know her. And so she said, well, y'all going to be a part of the Salmon Frenzy. And we're like, what's a Salmon Frenzy? And she said, well, for several years, our church went up and joined with Alaska Missions. And I'm like, no, didn't know anything about it. And so we looked into it, found out about Alaska Missions, and talk about God's timing. It's just amazing. January 5th, we made reservations for Denali National Park because we wanted to stay at the Teklanika campground, which is 29 miles in. And we knew those reservations had to be made early. And it was literally like throwing a dart at a calendar. We were like, well, we know we'll be in Alaska in July, so let's pick sometime middle of July, sounds good. And so we made those reservations, just made them.
Never had heard of Salmon Frenzy.
And as it turns out, we leave that campground. We had one stop we wanted to make before we went to Anchorage to, refuel, do laundry, all those kinds of things, before we started down on the Kenai Peninsula. We finish in Denali. I'd have to look at the calendar, but we have about 3 days to stop at Talkeetna, which was the town we wanted to stop at, on our way to Anchorage, spend a night there before, guess where the Salmon Frenzy is? It's on the Kenai Peninsula, which is exactly where we were going. And it starts essentially the day we were going to get there. And so God's provision goes so far. We talked with the director, and we're going to be allowed, now we're not saying everybody would, but she's going to be, since we had talked to her and explained our situation, and she said, you're not going to find camping because all the fishermen are out camping. It's dip net fishing. Watch later on, you'll see some video of that on our channel, but or you can look it up on YouTube. But she said they're camping everywhere. And then she said, well, now wait a minute. We don't have room here at our facilities, but we do have a parking lot where we have some vehicles stored. It's a level gravel parking lot. And we said, hey, that's all we need. And so we will have lodging. While we're there, we'll be able to stay in our RV. And we were able to get a discount on, when you join these missions, they've got to cover themselves with insurance for your being a part of this and background checks and all those kinds of things.
And with whatever the cost of materials for the mission itself is.
And so anyway, that's been taken care of. And this was something where we just reached out to some friends and family. This was an expense we had not planned on, and God's provision has been, wow. So, we're going to go. We're going to be a part of this, and it's been paid for. So, this is one of those things where you can say, wow, that's a lot of coincidences. Yeah. Or you can say, thank you, God, for letting us go and be a part of what you're doing and letting us be on mission while we're in
Yes.
Alaska.
Yes.
That is just so cool. So anyway, we'll do a follow-up at some point, but guys, our videos, as you may have noticed by now, we're filming this before we leave for Alaska, and by the time you see it, we're going to be on our way home from Alaska. But that way, we don't have to waste days trying to
Right.
upload videos while we're
And
there.
we don't like putting out that we're going to be away from our homes. They'll be empty for such a long
Yeah.
time.
So anyway, we are so excited that, we have this opportunity, and God's provision is amazing.